Hello everyone, welcome to the week 7 lecture 2 on the course Rural Marketing Principles, Strategies and Practices. I, Dr. Rajkiran Prabhakar, Assistant Professor at Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, welcomes you. Dear learners, as we have seen in our previous lecture, that the place decisions in rural marketing is very important. We have tried to understand that how this place distribution is important and what are the aspects that we have to see, the key strategies, the challenges, as well as the different types of distribution channel. So today we are going to discuss about the another part of this, which is termed as Introduction to Place Decisions in Rural Marketing, along with the selecting, training and motivating channels members in rural areas. My dear learners, it is very important that when anyone is operating its services in the rural areas, you have to select your team, you have to train your team, as well as you have to motivate your teams. In order to understand this, we are first going to look into that why rural marketing matters. We have talked about this in the previous lectures also, but just to remind you that how important it is, we are going to see the few points that was mentioned earlier also. Now we know that 70% of India's population lives in rural areas. If we say 70%, we are trying to address that this statistics is moving from 65 to 70. Earlier, we had seen that the population which dwells into rural areas is 65, and certainly the changes are happening. The data also speaks about this. Secondly, we see that increasing purchasing powers and aspirations are increasing day by day. The rural consumers are being aware, they are being informed, the marketers are approaching to them, they are becoming as potential customers to the products and services. And why? Because there is the development that is taking place, the curiosity that is happening in the rural consumers, because their counterparts in the urban areas are also using the different information media to make them aware and awake. Secondly, we are seeing that under-penetrated markets for products and services, the rural market is becoming more prominent for the urban customers, or we can say the shift that is taking from the urban market to rural market is very much in increasing order. So the rural marketers are not only serving the rural market, but they are also serving the urban market. We can say here that the brand loyalty is strong once trust is established. All those consumers who are being loyal to a customer, which are being loyal to a product or a brand, their loyalty is converted into the brand trust. We see an example here. A mobile phone company in India doubled its rural user base by focusing on villages under 5,000 people and setting up a local retailer partnership. We see that the strength of the rural villages, rural consumers is increasing day by day. And with this example, we can say that the mobile companies, they see 5,000 people who can become their potential customers, and they are serving this through the local retail partnership to establish their relationship along with distributing their products. There are different channels which we are going to discuss. These channels are actually the channel members. First one, if we see that the channel members in rural market, they include retailers and the kirana shops. My dear learners, we all understand these retailers are the rural retailers. These retailers are rural entrepreneurs. These retailers are rural shopkeepers and the kirana shops. The local in a corner shop, when you find in a village that they are placed at the outside, the outskirts of the villages, or they might be present in the center of the villages, or they might be present in different villages houses itself. They are the actual channel members who are acting as a point of distribution for the rural products and the services. Secondly, we see that village level entrepreneurs. We have discussed that this village level entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who are serving the local villages, local towns, wherein the population size is less, wherein the customers' demand is very less, wherein the low income level group people are staying. So the demand of those people can be met out easily by the village level entrepreneurs. Secondly, we see that local wholesaler and stockist, the small stockist which are having a small space where they can store those things, they are acting as a stockist, which are going to be again middlemen between the manufacturer and the retailers. These retailers are going to be again they are pushing their product to the rural customers. It means that the local level wholesalers and the stockists are going to be those people, those media wherein the stock cannot be maintained. They must have a different warehouses and spaces to store their local products. Then we have the self-help groups. As I mentioned, that if they are going to do a business, small businesses, the local people involved into those groups, they are serving as an intermediary partnering for distribution of the products and services. There is an example that we can see, the Cashport is there, the SKS financing is there, providing a finance to these self-help groups. Different bank linkage programs are there which are financing these self-help groups. So these are going to act as a channel members. Then we have a field agents or sales promoters. Now these field agents are those people who are giving their services in the field. It might be in the production part, it might be on the distribution part, it might be on the intermediary part, wherever they feel that they can present themselves to push the product from the farm produce, from the distribution, from the storage to the ultimate customers, they are doing those things. Then we see how this selecting channel members could be done in the rural areas. We find that they should have a local knowledge in local language. It means that choose individuals or businesses with a strong ties in the local community. If those people who are present in the local villages, their presence, their relationship with the local people should be there. They should know the area, local areas. They should know the local people. What is their need? What is their requirement? What is their paying capacity? What is the expenditure patterns? So in order to involve these people, this local language and local knowledge is very, very important. Second aspect is the reputation and trustworthiness. What we see that the community trust is vital. If the people are not going to believe the other person who is going to sell the product, it might not happen. In order to happen, we need to have a community trust, which is very, very important. Locals are likelier to buy from someone they know and respect. It means the person who is going to sell, the person who is going to buy, they should know each other. If anything happens, any problem occurs, they can easily share this, they can easily return this, they can easily get the maintenance, or the return and replacement is possible if they know each other. So it is important that they like to buy from local people, and they can this could be used as an important aspect in the distribution. Third important aspect is the financial stability. What we see here, even on a small scale, the partners should be available to manage credit. This is very, very important, my dear learners, that the financial credit is important. Inventory and the basic business expenses is important. Inventory is how much stock you can keep, what is the moving pattern, how much is the shelf life, whether the people are getting financial credits or not. whether the basic business expenses are met or not. This has to be seen into when we are going to select the channel members. Fourth important aspect is the entrepreneurial activities and the attitude. Attitude here is important. Why? Because willingness to learn and adapt is more important than formal education. My dear learners, it is not important that what you have learned, what degrees you have. It is very much important that how do you adopt, how do you see and learn at different point of time, looking with the different situation, you are adapting to those situation, you have that attitude to adopt, you have attitude to learn, you have attitude to overcome the different challenges. So entrepreneurial attitude is very, very important because that will derive the market. That will derive that you can push your products to local consumers and the customers. Then accessibility and reach. It is also important that how you are going to reach to that place, whether that market is accessible or not. If it is accessible, then only you can sell your products. If the reach is important, then only you can sell your products. So what we see, ensure the channel members is located in a place easily reachable by the target audience. It means that the place that you want to reach is accessible. It should not be that much remote. If it is remote also, are you able to reach out to that? Are you able to meet out to the requirement of those customers and consumers? It is very much important to first understand the accessibility of reaching to those target audience, then only you will be successful. Then there are certain methods of selection. The first method is partnering with which? Local NGOs, partnering with self-help group, partnering with cooperatives who understand the terrain. It means the local places has to be easily understood and known by the local people. The NGOs who are practicing there, whose presence is there in that local places and local area, they understand the customer, they understand the local needs and demand. If we are going to partner with them, it will be a successful strategy. Second, use the referrals. These referrals are from the existing partners. It means that the kind of magnitude that you are going to develop, the kind of relationship that you are going to develop with the different partners, it is very much important. And how long that partnering is there. The time and the period, the time and the trust will speak about how this referrals from the existing partners is going to give an opportunity for the sellers, and the rural consumers and the buyers are going to be shaking hands in hand. Then we have respected local leaders. Since we see that local leaders have their presence and they have a respect in the society, people follow them, people respect them. As we have just seen in the previous lecture, that they are acting as an influencers. The local people, local heads and leaders like the Gram Pradhan, a person who is very much knowledgeable, knowing about the society and community, people are going to follow them. So we see that referrals are going to act as an important point of selection. Then third is conduct a basic background checks and interviews tailored to a local realities. It means that the people whom you are going to use, their background should be checked. You should have a proper interview about them and try to understand that are these people are going to be the right person, right members to do the job. And if it is yes, the tailored to local realities. It means the people should understand the local realities also in order to go for the distribution of the products and services. Then we see the training part. Training channel members, what we see, what are the different focus areas? The focus areas is, the first one is the product knowledge, second is the sales technique, third is the customer service, and fourth is the inventory and the money management, and fifth, which is the stock and basic account and mobile payments, is applicable. As we have not bold it because we have mentioned that if it is applicable, it means if it is applicable, we can use it as a training for training the channel members. In this first, we see that the product knowledge is important. Why? It is because when you are going to train them, they should be knowing about it. Training them in a very simplified manner. using the visual training methods will be acting as one of the important way to communicate to what you are going to transfer, what you are going to communicate. So this method works well because we use pictorial manuals. You have the different manuals. In this manual, if you use pictures, it is going to be of great help. The training method will be very much successful. You are going to use local language videos that will again connect the people. They will help the people to understand better. This will help in training and training also, and it will always make the person feel and connect to the local villages. Then in the sales technique, what we see, teach them how to pitch benefits rather than the features. It is very much important. If you are going to tell them what is benefit, they are going to follow you. But if you are going to tell the benefits along with the future, it will help them more to understand. How to handle the objections in local context. This is very, very important because the local context, until you are not going to convince them, it is not going to happen. So you have to learn, you should be trained to handle the objections, and this objection should be handled in the local context also. Third is the customer service. As I said, it emphasizes word of mouth and repeat customers. Those customers who had used, they will share their experiences, the word of mouth will take place, and it will make the customers more confidence in buying the product. It means here that the services which are good in nature, the kind of experience you are going to share to them will work as a point of building a trust in that very company or the brand. So it is very much important to understand the customer service. Next, as I said, is the inventory and money management. Offer training on managing stocks and basic accounts. We understand, we should know that when our stock is going on the lower side. If we understand that the stock is going to go on the lower side, and before the stock going on the lower side, we can reorder, repurchase. We will save time, we will save money, and you are going to meet to the demand of the products, of the different services. So we see here that the mobile payment is going to act as one point of reference where you can derive that what is the stock level available. The payments, mobile payments, the stock levels can be easily determined through the money management and the inventory. Then we have to see the other methods such as on-ground workshops. In this on-ground workshop, this is done through taking small groups, training the small groups so that they are working on the ground. They understand that what the problems are going to come and how that can be overcome. Secondly, mobile-based training apps could be introduced so that they can understand that the low data requirements could be mitigated by using the effective use of the mobile apps. So training the channel members by making them work upon the mobile apps. Now this will also save the time and they will understand the market better. Peer training models could be done where experienced members train new ones. If I have learned, I will train another one. The person who has learned, they can share it, they can train to the other person. So you will develop a chain of those people who know about the things and they can train the other person better. So we can use this peer training models. Fourth, we can use regular follow-ups by the field officers and supervisors, all those people who are working in the fields, what they are saying, what they are reporting, and in order to build a good system, if we make all these follow-ups, it will work in a very effective manner. My dear learners, when we understand that what is we are lacking, what is the problems, what are the gray areas, we can rebuild upon that. We can prepare on those things and we can develop a different kind of model to overcome those situations. And this can be easily done by the field officers as well as the supervisors. Talking about the motivating the channel members, we can say there could be different motivating methods could be taken. But the first one is incentive programs. My dear learners, we all understand that incentives are going to work as a very, very effective motivation tool. And if you have this incentive programs, this is going to be wonderful for the team members to be motivated and do their job effectively and efficiently. So what we see, cash bonuses can be made. It could be tied through rewards, or it could be recognition from the top performers. It means that it is not only, the incentives are not only we can say in a cash form. It is better to go on a cash form, but if you are going to recognize the performance of your team members, it is also going to go and deliver the same kind of response which the cash is going to deliver. Then it should be always linked with the reward system. If you reach this, you will get this reward. Now this is going to act as a very motivating factor, and the incentive programs are the best method. Second method is non-monetary rewards. What we see, public recognition. You are going to recognize in the public. You are going to offer some kind of certificates in the gathering, in public gathering, and you can hold the community status. Now these are not going to be treated as a financial thing or cash, but appreciating a person in a larger crowd and public, this pays a very good motivation method, wherein your team members or the channel members will be motivated because they are getting a respect. They are getting a status in the wider public and audience. So this acts as a very effective means of motivation. Third is training and growth opportunities. Those channel members whom you promise to become a distributor or to expand to other areas. Now if you are going to train them and you are going to show them that if you are going to be trained, you are going to be having an opportunity to expand yourself, you are going to find a wider market, then it is going to be rewarding for them. In this, we can say that they are going to be very much promising, they are going to be very much motivated to deliver something extra. It will be, they are going to deliver some extraordinary also, because they are being trained to expand the businesses, to expand towards different niche market, and this is going to be very much satisfying for the companies. Fourth is regular engagement. In here we see that monthly meetings, updates, and the appreciation notes. Now my dear learners, we see monthly meetings is very, very important to appreciate people. The channel members will also think that we are worth. Since you are going to hold the meeting, you are going to call them, they are going to be engaging them, they are going to be working on certain kind of task, and this regular engagement is very, very much motivating, because they feel that they are being of worth and they are being called for certain meetings. Secondly, updates. Whatever you do, you can hold a meeting and you can update them. Updation is also very, very important. It will add to their knowledge. This knowledge will be used for extension work, and also the appreciation notes will be another element that can add more value. Appreciation notes here means you are going to mention something good about that member, which should be there in the minutes of the meeting. Then we have a community impact stories. Here show how their work helps their neighbors. You are going to narrate some stories. You are going to tell them that how effectively you have worked, what are the different success stories that you have done. Social motivation is strong in rural settings. What we see that these members are going, their stories are going to be shared with different people. So when they listen to the stories of those people who are from their community only, it is going to act as a motivation. It is going to be motivation for them that, okay, if somebody has done from their community, why not we can do it. Now this is going to be something that they are going to relate. There is something that they are going to find themselves in the shoes of those persons who have been a success into that place. So success stories in the community always motivates. Then there are certain challenges to address this. Low volumes and returns. It might happen that because of the motivation, it might lead to some place, but it might not lead to certain aspect which we are expecting. So offer attractive schemes even with the low margins. Now you have to initiate that if the members are not giving that much of profit margin, but still you have to appreciate them. Why? Because you have to offer them certain attractive schemes which might increase the sales, increase the profit margin at a later stage. It might not happen that then there, but if you are keep on motivating them, giving them certain kind of attractive offers, it might lead towards generating a revenue in the later stage. But if it is in low margin also, there should be a point of appreciation to motivate them. Second, in isolation, keep them part of larger team. There should be no isolation. They should be involved in a bigger team. They should be involved in some kind of team engagement. There should be some leader to make them and motivate them for doing the task very effectively and efficiently. So what we have to do, they make them the part of a larger team, connect them through WhatsApp groups, you do engagements, you share your thoughts and information so that that will be a help for them. Then you can go for radio updates, you can go for different kinds of events which will help them to overcome different kind of challenges. It will motivate them to follow certain kinds of new and newer way and methods to overcome the challenges, and it will be an opportunity also for them. So engaging them through making them part of a larger team, going through the WhatsApp groups and making them things happen in different kinds of activities and events. Then we can go for seasonal fluctuations. Understand and plan around agriculture cycles and festival. Now these are the different methods wherein the agriculture cycle means it is always fluctuation is there. Making the optimum use of this fluctuation or making the optimum use of the festivals wherein you can engage them. You can provide them opportunity in those events where they can perform. As we can see, these challenges can be easily addressed if we can initiate our activities via these different kinds of events and the festivals. What is the call to action? The call to action here is selecting, training and motivating. Now these three important STM, we can say STM is very, very important to make these channel members requires commitment and localization. Since these people are from the same local areas, the people are selected from the same local areas, they are trained in that place and they are being motivated also. They are going to motivate the other person also. They are going to be very much clear. They are going to be very much putting their efforts in the right way, in the right direction to meet to the objectivity of the different marketers and the companies. Secondly, understanding the rural mindset is very, very important. It is based on trust, as I had just mentioned. The local people, they do not trust the outsiders, they trust the local people. So if X is going to say something about Y, this X and Y, since they are related, they are part of the community, they are going to rely upon them. As I said that the local community leaders, the panchayat person, if they are going to say something, they are going to trust them. So building trust is important, setting up the relationship is important, and overall the respect is important. That we always see in the rural villages. The people in the rural villages, they are very simple, they trust each other, they have a kind of good relationship along with the kind of respect. Investing in long-term relationship, not just short-term sales. We have to work upon setting up relationship rather than going for a sales. Sales is just an outcome of the relationship. If you have a good relationship, the sales are automatically going to happen. So we can say the sales are the byproduct of a good relationship. If the trust is there, If the respect is there, this long-term relationship will excel the market and the profit are going to increase. Now, with this, we are going to see the activity, think about this. In this, what we are going to see, reflect on the time when you trusted someone's recommendation more than an advertisement. My dear learners, a very important aspect, just I said that you are not going to follow the advertisements, but you are going to follow the recommendation more than the advertisement. How can rural channel members play similar role in influencing the consumer behavior? So what we see, the different kinds of channel members are there. Are they going to play their role? How their role will be important? How they are going to convert the customers to the prospective customers to or real customers? How they are going to make the existing customers to be following the future customers also? This is very, very important. So think about the role of trust, word of mouth in low literacy and close knit communities. When we say low literacy, we understand that what we say, they are going to believe on that, because they do not understand. If you are going to tell them, you are going to tell them to read something, they might not be capable enough to read those things. So since their literacy rate is low and they believe in those people who are going to tell them about those products and the specification, they are going to trust them more. So we see that this close knit communities are going to play a very important role. So you have to think about this. I hope this learning of today's lecture will help you to find answer to the question. With this, we come to the end of the lecture 2 of week 7. Thank you.